Hey, what's up, y'all? It's D about to react to this chick Smooth Vid's title. Joe Budden responds to DJ Akademiks calling him out for fake Drake Iceman album review. Oh, fake how? Okay, Ak is spilling some tea. I thought him and Joe were friends, but apparently not. He exposing some things. Speaking of the Iceman album, I did react to it on my Patreon. Check it out, link down below. I reacted to all 3 albums, and I gave an honest take. I don't know what these other people out here doing. You know, out here, some of them be getting paid off to speak negatively about some albums, to speak positively about others. So I don't know what Ak is accusing Joe of, but we're about to find out. Let's check it out.
Oh man, they got him, you guys. They just caught the pop father Joe Budden making a business decision. Now you guys know, and it's no secret, that anytime that Drake is out in the media doing something, dropping music, a project, a movie, a commercial, that's basically when Joe makes a lot of money on his Patreon. Everybody goes to Joe Budden for his opinion on Drake's movie.
I know if I'm making money, he really making money.
Because they know Joe is somebody that's going to give him tough love. Especially with Joe being a former rapper, a lyricist, somebody with bars. He knows what quality of music means. He knows exactly what to expect from Drake. And when Drake doesn't deliver, Joe is that person people go to hear those criticisms from. So what happens when Drake drops not 1, not 2, but 3 albums in the same night, and all 3 albums have different sounds, different themes? More than likely, even if you're a Drake fan, you're not going to love all 3 albums. Now, if you do, more power to you. However, a lot of Drake fans, specifically the ones that I've spoken to personally, they're not running back to Maid of Honor, and they're not running back to Habibti. Iceman is the one that a lot of people currently have in their rotation. So last week when Joe Budden gave his review of Iceman and the other 2 albums, and he basically offered little to no criticisms on it, people said, wait a fucking minute. The guy that's been criticizing Drake's moves, his music, the women he fucks, everything about him for the last 10 plus years, and now he drops 3 albums and you love it?
I think he just didn't really listen to them like that. Because I remember from the clip I reacted to yesterday, they showed a clip of Joe's podcast, and he basically said like, oh, well, it just dropped 14 hours ago. So I don't think he listened to all 3 of them like that. Even when I reacted to it on Patreon, I had to kind of space them out a bit. The first night I did react to Iceman and Maid of Honor, but after that it was just overload, and I was like, all right, I need to take a break. And then I came back the next day to do Habibti. So I feel like they just listened to all 3 just so they can hurry up and come to the podcast and discuss it. But I don't think Joe really listened to them like that, because all 3 albums, that's hours and hours of content. So I don't think he really had time to listen to them and digest them at all. So that's probably why he doesn't have much criticism. He probably even was skimming through some. So yeah, maybe that's why.
Did Baca threaten you with a 9? Did Chubbs threaten to hang you off the balcony in Jersey? Did OVO 40 threaten to hack into your Patreon account and delete your entire catalog? People said, nah, Joe, we see what you're trying to do. You already have Kendrick fans paying for your Patreon, so now it's time for you to go get Drake fans and their money in your pocket. And you know it's bad when Drake's top general, Akademiks, is even calling Joe Budden out for giving a phony review of the album. Akademiks said, Joe, stop it. This is not you, brother. I'm not stupid. This right here is all a money play for Joe. Here's what he said.
Joe said, shout out to Joe. But I'm gonna keep it a beam. I think Joe made a business decision. Joe's a smart nigga. I don't believe Joe's review one bit. That was a business decision. And that was a great one.
I don't agree. I think that kind of fucks up your credibility over time. Maybe in the short term, it would be a good business decision because you will attract more, Drake fans who only want to hear positive things being said. But over time, people who, watch your content for your authenticity, they're not going to appreciate it. They're going to be like, nah, you being fake. You only doing this for money, Because even under my own comments, there were people saying, oh, I'll watch your Patreon reaction, but, if you just shitting on it, I don't want to watch it. And they're like, so people, y'all let me know, y'all from Patreon, was she shitting on it? I always delete your comments, by the way. Don't be asking my people in the comments, what did I say? You go over there and subscribe if you want to hear what I said. But spoiler alert, I didn't fuck with Habibti and Maid of Honor. So I'll just let y'all know off top. So, if you only want to watch reactions of people who are going to glaze him and say positive things, then my Patreon isn't the place for you. But I think that's weird anyway. Like, y'all just want to be in a fucking echo chamber. Like, listen to other people's take on shit and hear why they don't like something. But just, wanting to hear only positive things being said about the music you enjoy, I think that's so weird. But people are like that. So, maybe he did do that to appeal to them. But like I said, over time, that like shoots your credibility. And I feel like you upset your fans overall over time. But yeah, the Aubrey's Angels, that some of them are weird like that, to where they only want to hear positive things being said. And it's like, that's not even fucking realistic. Y'all are just whack.
Fuck all them fans that want you. You know what his fans and like most people wanted? They wanted a sweaty episode. He's running up in a white beater, looking broke. Fuck no. If Joe plays the cards right, he makes $2 million, $3 million. Not with hate though.
And honestly, that's some criticism I've seen of Joe over time too. Is people said that, back in the day when he, had his podcast with Rory and Mal, that he was way more real and he used to say how he really felt. And now they say that, he tiptoes around certain topics, or there are certain people he don't want to discuss, like, I don't know, Jay-Z and, some other random people, or not random, but other A-list big celebrities he doesn't really want to say too much about, because he's like, I don't want to mess up my relationships with these people. Now he's getting a little too close to them, and maybe money is involved. Maybe some of them are even paying him off. So he, he's very careful. He like tiptoes around certain shit. So that's already kind of a running narrative, and his fans are starting to feel that way about him and feel like he's less authentic. So this doesn't help if that's what he's doing, to try to just attract more Drake fans for, some quick money. Like, that doesn't help him over time. So I don't think that's a smart decision at all. Don't listen to Ak. I hope Joe does not listen to Ak.
Out with hate. By this, like the way how the pod handled it is a business move. That's great. That was an amazing. I seen like 2 clips of it, and I thought Joe was gonna, you know what I mean? Because I had heard like what they said pre-album, and then I was like, oh, perfect. They made the business move. That's good.
He's saying Joe is compromised.
You get what I'm saying? That was a great business move. And by the way, I know there's a. What he call his fans? The Patronis. They're probably mad. Like, nah, I paid $50 to hear the hate. Calm your broke ass down, okay? Joe's about that bag. That's what I like about Joe. He about that bag, nigga. What is you talking about?
$50. That's what I'm talking about, man. What the fuck?
That was a business move, man.
My God,
that's what you business move. I like that.
Well, today on the brand new...
Mine is $10 if y'all want to go sign. $9.99 to be specific. $50 is wild though for a Patreon. But hey, more power to you, my brother.
Joe Budden podcast episode. According to Joe, he genuinely loves the album, and he's actually offended. Here's what he said.
They are the Drake fans.
He didn't just say Iceman though. He's talking about all the albums, the other 2. You can't just focus on Iceman. Maybe that's the only album that he actually listened to.
Stands, the hyper stand people are spinning the block on all the people that had negative things to say during the battle.
They are.
So because of that, I think people were expecting me to hate, and saying that because I didn't hate, it's performative. That's what I'm saying. I'm seeing a lot of the OVO check must have came, a call must have came, and yeah, because Joe didn't turn up. I gotta tell you, I was offended at all of it.
Same. I was real offended. Like if you know anything about niggas up here, it's like,
yo, I was hating when none of y'all was brave enough to hate. Who the fuck do y'all think y'all are talking to out there? You fucking New Jacks. It's 2026 going on 2027. Y'all trying to misrepresent history. I was hating way before it was cool.
Well, that's the point, is that people said that you were more honest and real back then. But now you not hating or going as hard with your criticism. That's the narrative, and that's the point that people are making. So you talking about what happened way back then? That's irrelevant to what's happening now. Now they're saying that you're being paid off, or you're compromised, as Kendrick would say, or you scared to give it up, or whatever the case, because now you got all this money and you have these strong relationships with people in the industry. So that's what they're referencing.
Oh, I don't need help to hate. I don't need to wait till it's cool outside to get my hate on. 1, 2, I seen niggas saying niggas is act. Yeah, niggas is act. Anytime I'm saying it. That me hating was a business move. I was offended again, because newsflash, I make all the money when I'm the only hater. When I'm the sole nigga hating, or with a bold opinion when all of y'all are going the other way, I make all the money. The one time you just actually like something and you like having a backbone, and you're strong enough to get in there to say it, they want to paint your opinion as all of this other shit. Is absolutely
the flip side is that if we would have went, let's say we all hated the projects. They came in here and did that. Then the whole conversation would have been, oh, y'all just because y'all picked that side over there and y'all standing with that, and we couldn't really win. We at the end of the day, we really couldn't win. That's why, and knowing you can't win, the only thing you do is come in and just tell the truth. Yeah. Which is what we've been doing anyway. Yes. It's okay to not like what he did during the battle and like the album. Correct. So I looked at it.
So I've now heard this Drake album in the gym. Okay. In a vehicle.
He only talking about Iceman.
Really good sound system. Sound cavity too. Another vehicle with a really good sound cabin. Where else have I heard it? Oh, I went out Friday night. I went out Friday night and I'm too in love with music. I go out on Friday night because I'm old and I still think that the streets kind of have their pulse on things and the DJs have their pulse on things. I'm from the era.
Remember those days?
I'm from the era where, nigga, if something was coming out, if something came out Friday morning that was heat, by the time Friday night got here, it was in the playlist. The DJ is playing. And I went out Friday night and didn't hear none of what I needed to hear that dropped Friday. And I was just so disappointed that
Now, just like I told you guys earlier, if you actually do love all 3 albums that Drake dropped, more power to you. Enjoy the music. That's what it's for. However,
Joe didn't say that though. He said I listened to the album. He's talking about Iceman. So yeah, he's not referring to the other 2.
When it comes to Joe and knowing what kind of music Joe likes, and especially after he went on this crazy rant on Drake last year,
selfish, lying, manipulative sack of shit who has made enemies for 15 years, and now we're here at the fucking boiling point.
They both could be true.
You've been behind the scenes being the biggest sack of shit you can possibly be. I'm not here to fucking play games with you niggas. Niggas know what it is out there. That's it. And he's fucking white.
What?
And he's Jewish. And he had too much dip on his shit. You've been behind the scenes hitting niggas' baby moms, sending money to niggas' baby. Yo, dog, you been back and sending messages to this nigga's wife, talking shit about fucking, hey, but this nigga's mom died. Hey, all that's cool, but where my beat at, nigga? I don't give a fuck that your mom died. Dog, this nigga's been a sack of shit behind the scenes, and because he got fans and had Lucian, everybody just get to turn a blind eye. The blind eye days are done. That's done with now. I don't want to hear none of that shit now. Now, we've seen the hand, you've seen their hand. What's it going to be, and what are you going to do?
You have to understand why people are calling you out. Even Joe's reaction to Drake dissing him on the album sounded a little bit fake.
Because if Drake really didn't love me.
Oh yeah, apparently he was dissing him because he fucked one of, or maybe more than one of, Joe's chicks. I don't know if it was while he was still with them or right after or what, but yeah, apparently there's some connection there to where Drake has smashed some of Joe's women.
He wouldn't do this. He wouldn't give me one like this. He'd serve me right up. That's my man. He takes care of me. He takes care of me, you guys. I'm telling you. Yeah. Drake know the power of his voice, and I've been saying for years all the millions I make every time he does this. If he really wanted to hurt me, he would have been. But that's why he looks out.
I look at that totally different. Everybody asked.
Even the cast members were looking at Joe during that segment like, hey, dog, listen. I know we got paid and the money was good, but dog, it wasn't that good. You are working this promo, my guy. Yeah, remember when Joe was doing the Netflix promo that they got paid for and he picked Jake Paul to beat Anthony Joshua? On that episode, he was hyping up Jake Paul, talking him up, offer him to come back the next episode and admit he was lying. That's what this album review felt like, and people know it. Come on, Joe, what are we doing here? You're telling me that you're happy hearing Drake talk about how he was clapping up the cheeks of your little bubble ting? You're genuinely happy that he had her doggy style, screaming his name, spitting in her mouth, making her call him daddy? What are we doing, Joe? Come on, brother. We gotta see that wire transfer. If you have real legit Drake fans telling you, bro, the album is good, but all 3 albums are not it, you have to know why your review looks a certain way to certain people. You guys get in the comment.
Well, damn, I didn't know all that was about Joe's chicks. But I guess, okay. Yeah, I think Joe just didn't listen to the other 2 albums like that. Or maybe he is getting paid off, or maybe he is making business moves. Who knows? I feel like money can change people, and I think that might be the case with Joe, to where, you know, he's not the same Joe Budden from years ago when he was screaming into the mic and saying, that was a 2-pack of ass, and that, you know, he's not that same person. I mean, maybe you can say he matured a bit, but really that was only like a few years ago. You know, that wasn't that long ago, you know, when he was with Rory Mal. So yeah, I feel like now he's just making more money, so he's more careful with what he says. And, you know, some people are cool with that, some not. So, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, those are my takes, but check out my reactions to all 3 of the Drake albums. Link down below. Join the Patreon, join the family. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!